Hello there and welcome to the broadcast. My name is Stanley Nyaringita with the latest details on News Now. To our top story this particular hour, former Cabinet Secretary Raphael Tuju remains under police supervision even as he continues to receive medical attention at a hospital in Karen after failing to appear before the Kibera Law Courts to take plea. Tuju is charged with providing false information to a public officer after claiming he had been abducted by unknown assailants. He was being held at Karen police station and is reported to have sustained injuries during his arrest. A court ruling on the matter is expected on Wednesday at noon.
And we all say that when it comes to health matters, they are given priority. So I have then said that I will give my ruling tomorrow, the 25th of March, 2026 at 12 o'clock. In the meantime, let the patient or the suspect, Honorable Tuju, whichever you please, be availed comprehensive, proper medical attention to avoid further injury and or deterioration of his health. I cannot say for sure let him remain admitted, let him be discharged, because I have no idea what we are talking about in terms of the degree of injury or illness or aggravated illness.
And still on the matter, President William Ruto has weighed in on the legal troubles facing former CS Raphael Tuju, saying he needs honest advice from those around him. Speaking in Migori County, the president claimed that Tuju had been hiding when reports of his disappearance emerged. Tuju resurfaced on Monday, saying he had abandoned his vehicle and gone into hiding after claiming that he was being trailed by unknown individuals.
Najua hata juzi wameenda kudanganya Tuju. Wameenda kuangaisha Tuju. Wanaenda kumwambia Tuju enda jifiche kwa bedroom yako alafu enda sema ati umekuwa abducted. Just imagine. Tuju needs honest friends. Tuju needs honest advice. Asaidiwe. He doesn't need scavengers who are trying to scavenge about the misfortune of a citizen. Wale watu wanatafuta maarufu kwa shida ya Mkenya mwenzao. We want Tuju apatiwe advice so that he can be helped, mali yake iokolewe na yeye asonge mbele. Lakini hahitaji wale matapeli wakora wanaenda kumsumbua mtu. Mpaka hata wameenda kulete jina ya Uhuru Kenyatta wameingiza kwa hiyo matope yao. Hawa watu ni bure ama si bure? Ni bure ama si bure? Waende ama si wasiende? Waende wakiendaka si ndio?
Meanwhile, homicide detectives from the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, that is DCI, alongside government pathologists, have begun exhuming bodies from suspected mass graves in Kericho County. The exercise at Makaburini Cemetery involves 14 bodies, which will undergo post-mortem analysis, including DNA and toxicology tests to determine causes of death and establish identities. These particular bodies were transferred from Nyamira District Referral Hospital after remaining unclaimed, according to authorities. And some good news, Mount Kenya University has taken a major step in opening global opportunities for its students by sending a new batch of nursing apprentices to Germany. A total of 27 students have been flagged off under the university's international training program, aimed at equipping them with skills for the global healthcare market. Vice-Chancellor Professor Deogratius Joganyi said the initiative strengthens international partnerships, while Council Chair Dr. Vincent Gaithao noted that it aligns training with global demand. The students expressed optimism, terming the program a pathway to professional growth and stable employment.
God will succeed, and for this opportunity to speak to the cohort.
As we celebrate the 5th cohort, I'm happy to report that the university has made considerable strides of becoming an approved German examination center for the European Language Center, the certificate, the TELC. Once approved, the university will be able to offer internationally recognized TELC, TELC examination locally, further strengthening our German language training programs and expanding opportunities for students seeking education and employment in Germany.
We are proud as Mount Kenya University that as we release you, we are releasing you through a very formal and organized system where we shall be confident to tell your parents we know where your child is.
I pursued nursing from a personal experience. My sister was very sick and I was the one taking care of her. So out of that experience, from her pain, I wanted to help people, and that is why it was my motivation. The same way someone else helped my sister, I also want to help other people.
Let's take you to Trans Nzoia County now, where Deputy President Kithure Kindiki has reaffirmed the government's commitment to transforming the housing sector through the Affordable Housing Program. Now, after inspecting housing units under the construction at Maili Tatu in Saboti, Trans Nzoia County, Kindiki said the project is designed to enable Kenyans to own homes rather than pay rent. Accompanied by Environment Cabinet Secretary Deborah Baraza, Senator Alan Chesang and Woman Representative Lillian Sioi, he noted that sustained investment could help eliminate informal settlements and improve living standards over time.
Nyumba 5,000 ni watu 25,000 ambao watapata manyumba yao, sio ya kukodisha, na wao hawangekuwa na nyumba nzuri kama sio hii program ya affordable housing. Hii ndio itatuondolea mazingara duni, nyumba duni. Kenya tukiendelea na hii project ya affordable housing, in another 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, hakutakuwa na slum, hakutakuwa na nyumba ambaye ni duni. Wananchi wengi, majority, watakuwa na nyumba nzuri kama hizi tunajenga hapa, na hiyo ndio itafanya Kenya itoke third world, iende first world.
Now, a new study has revealed that billions of shillings meant for disaster and climate response are being lost due to poor management and lack of transparency in counties. The report by the Institute of Public Finance and Oxfam indicates that many county disaster funds remain underfunded, dormant or poorly governed. It warns that weak accountability and over-reliance on external humanitarian agencies are undermining locally led response efforts. The findings highlight that a growing gap between policy and implementation, leaving communities vulnerable during crisis.
To enact it so that we can be able to have a strong foundation, a strong law to which the nation can then work from. Currently, we have a lot of defragmented roles from the different disaster operations. We have NDOC, we have NDMA. So there's a lot of fragmented work going on, even at national level. So let's start by passing the bill, and then this can be customized to the county level, because at the moment, a lot of the counties have their own bills, acts that they have put in place, and they're trying their best, yeah? But if we have something national that can be cascaded to the different counties, and then these counties then domesticate and are able to set up proper systems, then we have a place to start.
Kenya being one country amongst many that is facing this crisis in aid, and then what do we do in that kind of situation? And the report is really emphasising the importance of the state taking on greater leadership in delivering crisis response, but also addressing structural inequalities, which in Kenya are very significant. If you look across the arid, semi-arid lands, populations there have lack of investment, lack of social support, lack of services, and so you really need to address those underlying inequalities to be able to reduce humanitarian need in the long run.
Meanwhile, the Institution of Surveyors of Kenya has called for greater professional recognition and support during Global Surveyors Day celebrations. Led by President Eric Nyadimo, members held a procession to the University of Nairobi to raise awareness about the role of surveyors in national development. The event also focused on youth engagement, innovation, and strengthening partnerships with government agencies.
Strengthening the role of surveyors is essential for achieving equitable land management, sustainable urbanization, and inclusive growth and economic development in Kenya. We further urge young people to explore opportunities within the surveying profession, which offers diverse career pathways in land management, valuation, property management, geospatial science, infrastructure development, building survey, estate agency, and other emerging technologies.
As we celebrate the Global Surveyors Day, let's get inspired and we move together as a team and create hope and inspiration to the community and to our stakeholders.
Our fellow Kenyans to support the surveyors, and as surveyors we are at the core of our national development, and also celebrating the achievements the surveying profession has achieved over the years here in Kenya and even globally.
To sports news now. Kenya is set to host Australia, India and Malawi for Group 4 of the 2026 FIFA Women's Series International Friendlies, scheduled from the 11th of April to the 15th of April at the Nyayo National Stadium. In the series, Australia will open the tournament against Malawi on the 11th of next month, with the match kicking off at 2 p.m. before paving the way for the Harambee Starlets, who will face India at 6 p.m. The winners from these encounters will progress to the final, slated for the 15th of April at 6 p.m., while the losers will meet in a third-place playoff at 2 p.m. All FIFA Series 2026 matches will be broadcast to a global audience, with Cape Media as the official media partner.
Once again, the world and the continent, they bear witness, to Kenya's consistent and proven track record, affirming our position as a trusted destination for global sports. This confidence is anchored in our demonstrated ability to host and deliver world-class, top-tier sporting events that not only showcase our immense talent, but they also bring the diversity and the strategic location for Kenya as a magical and the origin of wonder. Cape Media, I'm sure they are represented here. You are the media partner, in the series. I know you are aware.
And cyclist Patrick Muhu and long-distance runner George Wayaki emerged as top winners at the Pamoja Twaweza Road race held in Kiambu County. Muhu clinched the cycling title after a grueling race across a hilly 50-kilometer course, while Wayaki powered to a victory in the men's 21-kilometer athletics race. The event drew hundreds of athletes from Kenya and neighboring countries and acted as a key preparatory platform for the upcoming Nairobi race in July. Thank you very much for your valued company. My name is Stanley Nyaringita. More detailed news coming your way at 7 p.m. and at 9 p.m., including Ukumbi wa Siasa. Goodbye.